told me that one wife was enough. Oh, did I have problems in my kitchen? Oh, did I have some problems in my kitchen? 700 wives and 300 concubines. They might as well have been porcupines the way they treated each other. Oh, Lord, in this season of life, teach me about my time on the earth. Teach me more how to govern my time. Then I begin to discover that we lived in a closed universe. There's a time to be born and a time to die. There's a time to plant and a time to pluck that which is planted. There's a time to kill and a time to heal. There's a time to sow and a time to rend, a time to dance and a time to laugh. There's a time of mourning and a time of joy. There's a time of peace and a time of war. There's a time to love and a time to hate. All of these things happened in the season of life. God was letting me see that there was a mirrorism of time. And that in that mirrorism of time, the time sit in the four categories. There was the time that he had created the earth, the cosmic time. In the beginning, he created the heavens and the earth. Then there was the time that we call linear time, from 1 to 100, A to Z. Then there was the time that we call Kairos time. Oh, that time was special. See, Kairos time was the time that you get off of your agenda onto God's agenda. It's a time when you realize that there's a creator and that he is the one that sustains and gives you life. And then with that time, it helps you to understand eternal time. As I began to look at these four different elements of time, God began to minister to me in this season of my life. I began to see that the things that I was seeking, the wine, the women, all of those things were vanity. Vanity! Vanity! All is vanity. Vanity! Vanity! All. I just want you to check me out for a minute. All right. Now, see, I was the one that invented iPad, iPhone. I did that. Yes, I did. But I learned that you can Google life. Isn't that something? You can Google life. In fact, you can have a whole nother life. Yeah, you can have a whole nother life. If you Google it. Yeah, man, I tell you what, excuse me a minute. Let me check my Facebook. Hold on just a second. Woo! Look, I got 3,000 friends on Facebook. I ain't brought nobody to church in 2 years. But I got 3,000 friends. I need to tweet something. Let me tweet. Let me tweet a little something. And let me Instagram too. Hold on. Y'all get this. I need to Instagram too. Because you can Google life. Yes, you can. I tell you what, if I had $1 for every selfie I done seen, man, look at here. How many selfies you done tonight? I got 3,012 friends on Facebook now. Yes, I do. So, this is what I learned about this Googling life. It's a powerful tool. Powerful tool. Some say it was made for good. I say it's in Las Vegas, Nevada. If I can Google in Las Vegas, Nevada, I don't think that was made for good. Because I can get anything I want in my hotel room
in 20 minutes and make sure she can speak Spanish. That's what I Google. I don't know what you Google. I don't care how far the moon is from the earth. I don't care. I don't know what you Googling. But maybe because, maybe I'm just a little hard on the Facebook folks. I could be. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You know you ain't right. You know huh? And then I looked around and I saw that they had this thing called Match.com, Tinder, BlackPlanet.com. All these are little dating sites for the urban professional. You know what I'm saying? That's what they say it's for. That's what they say it's for. I don't know. But I don't know. It seemed to me that you could go through an electronic catalog and just pick her out. Oh, well, you know. I know what they used to call that. They wasn't on the computer. Woo! Boy, I tell you what, this Googling thing is something else. Yeah, okay, here's one I like. I ain't trying to come down on you church folk, but I like the one that, about the angels, send an angel, 10 angels to this one, you get an angel and send it back to me, 12 angels, and you get 17 more angels. If you send another angel for 5 o'clock, you get... My grandmama taught me that. My grandma ain't never had no computer. Huh? She told me something about the closet. I ain't really get it, but, grandma ain't seen her have no problems at all. One thing I know grandmama knew is what to give you when you were sick and how to get a hold of Jesus. That was my grandma. So I ain't say she would be too proud of me what I'm doing right now, but hey man, I'm grown. Ain't nothing but foolishness out here, man. Ain't nothing but foolishness out here.
I decided that I was going to pursue education. For surely that's the answer. I decided that I was going to seek out to explore and know everything under the sun. I became an architect. I built a great kingdom. I became an engineer, a businessman, a diplomat. Oh, did I ever have riches. The splendor of my kingdom. I had the priest's garment was about $10 million. The gold that was brought into my palace every year, my income was far and superseded any riches in the land of the world. I had all the things that God had given to me, everything that I wanted, everything under heaven was brought to my door. And as I began to learn more and more about life, I began to discover the more that I learned, the less I knew. I began to discover that even though it may seem that I have answers, I really didn't have answers. Because there's only one true shepherd that has all the answers. And truly that was God who began to pull on my heart as I began to seek and to search out and know everything under heaven, everything under the sun, only to move to the place to see that those things would not satisfy me. And so one day, I decided I was going to go to the house of God. For surely there must be an answer there. When I got to the house of God, all I could see was hypocrites. Everybody that was coming, they were play acting. They were pretending. They were living one way and pretending they were living another way. And I thought, Lord, the house of God is a place where a lot of fools go. Why do fools go to the house of God? Well, then I discovered something. Be quick to hear and slow to speak. And do not allow your mouth to cause you to sin. For I saw people making rash vows to God that they never were going to keep. I saw people telling God that they were going to do this for him and worship Yahweh, and do this for him and worship the true and the living God. And yet the minute they left the building, they did something else. Oh, I saw the priest every year go in into the temple on the Day of Atonement. And at the lampstand, he would go there and making preparations to atone for the sins that people were committing. See, those sins were the sins that he offered sacrifice for every day, which are sins of commission. Then there were other sins that he offered a sacrifice for, were the sins of what we call omission. What are the sins of omission? Those were sins that people were committing, and those sins that they didn't know about, but they were committing. And I saw the table of showbread, and I saw with the priest did all the ceremonial things. And I saw people coming to worship Yahweh doing the ceremonial things, but their hearts were not right. Their lives were not right. They were living a facade. They were living pretense. They were pretending one way and acting holy before God when they were truly in their heart was living another way. I saw a lot of religion, but I didn't see true people who really loved the Lord. And then it made me begin to wonder as I looked at mankind, I looked at his life, that he's quick to go to the house of God and to vow a vow to God that he's never going to pay. It's better not to vow a vow to God and not do it than to vow to God and never pay. Oh, as I begin to look at this, that began to move my heart, and it began to have such a profound effect on me. That people would play with God as it's a game. Oh, that bothered me. And I begin to say, life is vain, full of vanity, full of vexation. It began to cause my spirit to go down. For surely, if you can't find God at the house of God, where will you find God? I began to see people, they said they wanted God, but they wanted God on their terms. They said they wanted to go to the house of God, but they wanted to go to the house of God, but they didn't want the God of the house of God. Vanity! Vanity! All is vanity.
As I began to build my empire, you know, you got to have to dress like them in order to get a hold of them. Right. So I got that boy Wiz Khalifa, he signed with me. I got Iggy, she signed with me. And the white girl got more soul than I got, I don't know, but got that girl, little Ariana Grande, she signed with me. So I thought, you know what? I can continue to put my money into something else so my money can grow. You understand? Some CDs, money marketing. I diversified my portfolio. And I thought that, well, what else could I do? Education is always good. So I decided to give me a BA, MBA, PhD, magna cum laude, my mama, your mama. But they say education goes a long way. That's what they say. But I also thought that, what does education have to do with getting into the kingdom? Because I started thinking about that a little bit. But you know, I'm too young for all that right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. It's just me.